Across 1,000 years of war, loyalty, migration, faith, and survival, one family moved through the shifting landscapes of medieval Europe and the emerging Atlantic world. From Norman courts to Celtic frontiers, from royal service to colonial hardship, the Payne family stood at the crossroads of history. You are listening to Domesday to America, a prosopographical history of the Payne family from the early Middle Ages to the Atlantic world.
Welcome to another episode of In Depth with Academia. I'm Richard Price, CEO of Academia.edu, and I'm really excited to be digging today into a paper that, well, it's bound to rattle a few assumptions about English heritage and maybe even get a few family historians scrambling for their old notebooks. So today we're looking at a fascinating study by Patrick A. Payne titled Drew Payne and the Revival of the Boleyn Line in the Payne Family. Now, let me be super clear, as always, I'm presenting this paper neutrally, without staking a claim myself. Academic research is all about sparking curiosity and conversation, not handing down absolute truths. So, as we go through some pretty big claims here, the core question in Patrick A. Payne's paper, honestly it's a cool one, is did the supposed extinction of the Boleyn family line actually, happen? Specifically, could the Payne family in Norfolk and Suffolk have preserved that famous Boleyn bloodline thought to be snuffed out in the 16th century? And why does this even matter, apart from maybe bragging rights on Ancestry.com? So the thing is, the Boleyns were one of the most influential families in Tudor England. Anne Boleyn, maybe you've heard of her? Queen of England, mother to Elizabeth I, her end famously tragic. Her family's fate was supposed to be sealed, their line lost in the fog of time, right? But Payne's paper shakes that narrative by digging way back into parish records, legal documents, and, crucially, an original petition to Queen Elizabeth Rose from 1589, or maybe 1590. Here's where it gets juicy. The petition in question comes from Drew Payne, born about 1568, who explicitly states in this document that he's the son of Elizabeth Boleyn, sometimes spelled Boleyn, herself a daughter of Sir Edward Boleyn. Drew's asking the Queen for a reversion lease, sort of an early retirement plan, in exchange for his military service in the Low Countries, and Sir Thomas Heneage, one of the Queen's most senior courtiers, actually grants this request. So, what are the implications? First, if you believe the paper's interpretation, that single document establishes Drew Payne as a direct descendant of the Boleyn family, which would mean, believe it or not, Drew Payne was a distant cousin of Queen Anne Boleyn, and it throws into question this long-standing belief, passed down and repeated, that the line of Thomas Payne and Elizabeth Boleyn died out before the Stuart era. Payne's work then kind of spiderwebs out from Drew Payne. He looks at other records, wills, baptisms, marriage licenses, from East Anglia, and links the Payne branch with the Boleyns down through the generations, all the way from Tudor times to colonial America. Maybe you're thinking, okay, but why should I care if I'm not a Boleyn myself? Well, this is where the broader picture kicks in. The Paynes, via marriages and alliances, got swept up with all sorts of prominent families. The Spinkeys, Smallpeckers, Drurys, Germans, the whole web of legal, merchant and even Puritan communities in East Anglia. And it doesn't just stop there. These same names, Payne, Spinkey and more, pop up again among the settlers in Virginia and Maryland, woven into the tapestry of early American society. You can almost see it, right? The ripple effect. How a royal connection could shape the destinies of whole colonial communities. Payne, cautiously optimistic, concludes that it's not just a pipe dream, but actually genealogically likely that the Payne-Boleyn line kept going, descending through English gentry, mariners, colonial governors, even American patriots. He even hints at connections to, believe it or not, a manumitted former slave, Francis Payne, who was linked by marriage to other important colonial families. The echoes of the past really are everywhere. Quick side note, doesn't it make you wonder how many more lost lines in family history are out there, waiting to be rediscovered? How many family secrets are buried in some musty parish register or yellowed petition to the Queen? Anyway, sorry, just my curious brain running wild for a second. So, what are the takeaways for you, our listener? Well, first, academic work like this encourages all of us to look at history with fresh eyes, to question what's accepted, to poke at genealogical bricks like curious little ants. Whether or not you've got Payne, Boleyn, or Spinky in your family tree, this kind of research shows how history is a living thing, and how our stories might be way bigger and stranger than we ever thought. I'll leave you with this. Patrick. A Payne's work is an argument, not a verdict. It's a puzzle piece, not the completed picture, and maybe, just maybe, the blood of the Boleyns really does flow still, or maybe it's something else entirely. That's the magic of academic exploration. It's open-ended, and it's yours to question. If you're curious, dig deeper. Find your own surprising ancestors. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and remember, history isn't locked away. It's right here, in every document, every family story, just waiting to be found. Thanks for listening to In Depth with Academia.